Hello everyone, in this video I will show you our new product. You can see this is Kinkoney T32M. That is 32 channel digital input and 32 channel digital output controller. And this made by ESP32S3 and big memory size chip. And also it works with many different software solutions such as Tuya mobile phone application, Home Assistant, and by ESP Home, and Arduino IDE, and ESP IDF, and many different protocols have supported by this controller. And in this video, I will show you this hardware details and how it works with a different software solution. Okay, let's look at this hardware details firstly. Okay, let's look at this is T32M, and you can see this is aluminum cover, and this is the button. And this here you can see also support install on the DIN rail in your power distribution box. And let's look at the size, because this have 32 channel digital input and 32 channel digital output. And you can see the size we called T32M, that means the tiny version. So you can see this size, and different unit, inch unit, you can see inch unit. And let's look at this size. You can see this size and inch unit. And let's look at this one. You can see this one and this one. Okay. So let's look at the cover. And you can see this is digital input. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 until 32 channel. This is dry contact signal, and this you can see the power supply support 12 to 24 volt. So this digital input also can use 12 volt or 24 volt, according to your power supply voltage. If you use 12 voltage, so this is the if input 12, that means the logical is false, and input 0 volt or ground, that means the logical is true. So this is for digital input, and this you can see A and B is RS485 interface, RS485 in communication interface A and B. And this is the free GPIO. You can see this have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This have 7 free GPIO you can use by yourself. Just connect with the ESP32 chip directly. And this is voltage. And this is analog input, that is 4 channel analog input. 2 channel is 0 to 5 volt, and 2 channel is 4 to 20 milliampere. And this is power. You can see this power. And this LED indicate for the 32 channel output. And you can see at here, this is digital output. You can see that is MOSFET output. You can see every 8 channel will have a DC terminal. This have a DC terminal, and this 8 channel output have a DC terminal. This DC terminal you can connect with your power supply directly. So every 8 channel will use a common DC terminal, because this terminal max support 10 ampere for the terminal. I means it's the terminal max 10 ampere, and every channel per channel will have 4 ampere MOSFET. But if you have connect only one load, this means the max 4 ampere, this 4 ampere, this 4 ampere. But don't use the 4 of this 8 channel for 4 ampere. So that will have a 22 ampere. That is very big. So this is common DC terminal, can't use for this large current, max 10 ampere. So this need to be carefully how to calculate this 8 channel totally current need less than 10 ampere, because this is max 10 ampere for the terminal. So you can see every 8 channel have a common DC. Every 8 channel have a common DC. And this one you can see this is the antenna, that is ESP32 antenna. If you want to use Wi-Fi, you can connect to this Wi-Fi antenna. And this have 2 buttons. One is reset and one is download. This one that is download. Actually, when you download the firmware, you don't need to press this button. Just sometimes, if you want let this controller go to bootload mode, you can hold on this button. And this is the reset of ESP32, and this is the Ethernet port. Okay, this have a screw. I have already removed it because I want to open this box to show you what is inside. Okay, let's open this box. You can see, if I open this aluminum cover, and you will see this have a LED indicate. You can see LED indicate, and we can also open this top PCB, and you can see I can remove this screw, and this top PCB is the LED PCB. Okay, you can see this PCB have removed. So you can see this board, this is PCB board. You can see this is ESP32 S3 and N16R8 have a big PS RAM. And you can see this is external Wi-Fi antenna to this SMA socket, so you can connect with this SMA socket for Wi-Fi antenna. And the MOSFET is at the bottom of this board. At the bottom side of the PCB have many MOSFET at here. So you can see this is the inside of this box. Okay, I will install it back. Okay, let's power on. You can see power on. This green is power LED. And next, let's look at the software solution. Okay, let's back to my computer. We will check out this software document and the solution. And you can see this T32M on King Kong web page. You can see all interface in details. You can check at this diagram. And you can see ESP32 IO pin define and ESP home YAML file at here, and Arduino source code and KCS v3 firmware download. So you can see all this information you can find in our form. You can see this is T32M at here. You can click and you will find the Arduino source code and home assistant YAML file and ESP32 IO pin define. IO pin define you can see at here, and also you can see we can download the KCS v3 firmware that is very powerful at here. And you can also download, just use this one, the nearest one. And you can see, you can download this T32M. So after downloading this zip file, you can unzip it and just use the ESP downloader tool and download it to the controller. And you can see this ESP32 downloader tool. And you can choose the ESP32 S3 and choose this USB and press OK. And make sure you have downloaded by the USB cable, USB-C cable. So you just need to connect with this USB-C cable to your computer. Connect to your computer, okay? Because I have already downloaded it. So you just connect it and choose this file and set this address and press start. And after start, and when finished, you just reboot on, repower on of this board. That will begin running this program. And next, you can use the scan device tool. You can see, just use this King Kong scan device tool, and this can download from our King Kong web page. And you can see, I have used the Wi-Fi, Ethernet. This is my computer, Ethernet, and start monitor and scan. So you will find a T32M by the Ethernet IP address. Okay, so we can use this IP address to log in our controller. You can see. And this is the home page, and the default username and the password, or admin. So you can see this is the home page, and you can see this index web page that shows the T32M firmware version and the server number. This will be used by King Kong Cloud server, and this is IP address of the Ethernet. And you can see this is the input. If you want to reverse the level, high level or low level, you just click and select or not and cancel it. And the output, you can see the output for 32 channel, which when this is hold on, that means always on and always off. And this is reverse, that means exchange the level for high or low. And this auto off, the momentary auto off time, you can see if you input 10, so that every time this relay 1 is on, that will auto off after 1 second. So this can set every output what is the auto off time. And this is interlock used for curtain or used for motor. So if you want the output 1 and output 2 work with the interlock mode, so you just set to interlock group 1, And you want output 3 and output 4 work with the interlock. So you can set to interlock 2 and interlock 2. So these two channel output will not always on at the same time. So that will protect the motor. And if you want cancel this one, you just set to 0. So that cancels the interlock relationship. So this is interlock mode, and you can see the sensor, and you can connect with many different sensors for this T32M. You can see if you choose this DS18B20, DHT11, DHT22, so that you can choose which GPIO you can connect with this controller, because this free GPIO you can use for your sensor. So you can see you can use this one or you can use this one. It's according to your wire connect with which free GPIO. And you can also connect with this TS IS45 interface sensor. This is a Kinkoni TS, so that you can just set this address of the IS45 device. You can connect with more than 200 and IS45 sensor. So it's enough for your project to use, and you just set the different. For example, you can set this first one TS address 1 and second is address 2. So you can set many different sensor address. And this you can see the monitor. The monitor you can see this have monitor the protocol such as different protocol TCP, UDP, and MQTT, HTTP, and TUIA, and HomeKit, Apple HomeKit, and Loxon system. And so you can see this green, that means enabled and connected. This means connected, and this means connected. So this time that means my TUIA mobile phone application can use T32M. Just you need to buy TUIA license from our company. And this is MQTT for Home Assistant. You can see that have connected. And this is a KC, that means Kinkoni Cloud Server, that is connected. So later I will show you how it works with different software interface. And you can see this ADC, and this digital input, and this digital output. You can see I can turn on 1, 2, 3, and all on. You can see this is all on and all off. So you can see it here. And this is the channel digital input, and you can see I can use that twice to shut the digital input 1 with ground. So you can see this is channel 1, this is channel 1, and this is ground. So you can see I can shut for these 2 points, and you will see this KCS web page that is turn green. So I remove my twice, that is turn gray. So this is the digital input. And also if you have added this temperature sensor and humidity sensor, so the sensor data will show in these sections. And this is analog input for different analog sensor. And next, let's look at this one, ESP32. This is the power for local ESP32 for automation. So you can see what if condition and what then command. So what DI digital input is which condition, and so that we can do different output. You can see in new KCS v3 firmware we have added this DO, just digital output as a if condition. So you can see if the DO1 is on and DO1 is off, so that can do different actions. Okay, so this is ESP32. You can see also can use if work with the temperature and the timer and the customer protocol and the chat message and the voice call. If you connect with Kinkoni G1 4G module, so that you can use chat message to turn on and turn off output, and also can make sensor for short message notification and used by the if if you have added the Kingkong G1. Okay, let's look at the next is the network. The network, you can see the Wi-Fi and the Ethernet and the G1 GSM. If you have connected the G1 controller, so you can just define which is TX pin or IX pin for the G1, so that you can use by SIM7600 4G module with different powerful function with short message notification and voice call control and short message control output on and off. Okay, let's look at the next, the protocol and the generate, and you can see this is Kingkong Cloud. That means you can use Kingkong Cloud server in any web browser, on computer, on Microsoft PC, on Apple Macintosh, and even if on mobile phone. So you don't need to install any application. So you can directly use the web browser to use it. For example, you can see in our computer, and we can log in by my Kingkong web page. And you can see this is login the Kingkong Cloud server. And you will see this have showed many different controller. This all is Kingkong controller have added this web service account. So you can see which time you can use. And I can click this T32M have already connected with the Kingkong Cloud server. You can see this is 32 channel output, and this is 32 channel input, and this is 4 channel analog input. So you can see I can click turn on output 1, and you can see this output 1 is on. And this one you can see this output 2 is on. And back to this KCS, you can see the monitor, and you can see this 1, 2 is on. So this state is work at the same time, will update. So you can see if I turn on 3 at here, and you can see this Kingkong Cloud server also is turned on the 3. And let's test the input 1. This because can remote control by internet and remote monitor sensor state by internet. You can see this input 1. If I short this input 1 with ground, so you can see short input with ground, you can see this is turn green. This is turn green, and remove my twice, so that will become old color. So this can monitor the sensor state, drag contact signal. This is Kingkong Cloud, and let's look at the next. You can see MQTT, that is for Home Assistant. You can see this have 2 MQTT option. This MQTT you can connect to your own cloud server on internet or your local network. So this can let the T32M connect to your own cloud server for your communication with your own cloud server. So you just set your cloud server IP address and the port and the username and the password of your own cloud server. And this one is for Home Assistant. This installed, I have installed the Mosquito MQTT block on my server, Raspberry Pi server, Kingkong server 16 controller. So this, I only need to import this block address and port and the username and the password, and the device name is T32M, and just select enable and enable auto discovery for Home Assistant by MQTT. So this will integrate the T32M to Home Assistant very easily without any config code, zero code. So you can see if I can open this Home Assistant dashboard and click settings and click device, and you will find device web page. You will see Kingkong controller. You can see T32M. I'm not set any configuration for Home Assistant. You can see I can click, and you will see this 32 channel at here, and this is 4 channel analog input, and this is 32 channel digital input. So you can see when I open this Home Assistant dashboard, you can see the 1, 2, 3 also is turned on because the state is update. You can see from this one and from this monitor. So you can see if I can use the Home Assistant to turn on 4, 5, 6, 7, and back to Kingkong Cloud server, you can see this have auto turn on update, and you can see this also is update. So this 1, 2, 3 application work at the same time. And let's look at the next application. So you can see at here we can see this Kingdom Cloud Server and Home Assistant, and you can see some different protocol. You just enable which one you need to use this protocol. You just enable and disable it. So it's very easy. And let's look at the Tuya application first. I have set the Tuya license for T32M. So this time you can use Tuya mobile phone application and remote control by internet. So you can see if I use my Tuya mobile phone, and you can see this one is Tuya Smart Life, and this is Tuya. Both application is supported by controller, and this is T32M. I have already scanned the QR code and added this controller, and you can see the state also is updated. You can see I turn off this one, turn off, turn off, turn off, turn off. So you can see. Let's look at this mobile phone, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and the KCS web page 1, 2, 3, and this one Kingdom Cloud 1, 2, 3, and the Home Assist 1, 2, 3. Okay, you can see if I turn off, only first channel is output, only first one, and the Tuya you can see only first one because this can remote control by internet. And also you can see in Tuya application this is digital import state. If I shut for the import one, you can see I shut the import one, this turn green, recover, and this you can see turn green and recover. So this can monitor the sensor state by your mobile phone. And also you can see the analog, this analog date because I have not connected analog sensor. And this is sensor, if you have connected with the DS18B20 temperature sensor or DHT11 temperature and humidity sensor, that will show the date at here. I just have not connected with it. So this is the Tuya mobile phone application. This can work at the same time. And so you can see this protocol, and we can see the generate and this custom size. If you want use if DDD for then or for if, you can define custom size protocol at here by hex mode or by ANSI string format. So you can see this can use for TCP, UDP or IS485. And this one you can see also can use a different protocol and the send out. This is then is send out. And this if just for receive. If receive something, that will be compare what protocol a message have received. That will do some different automation actions. So this is for the customer size protocol. And this is Apple HomeKit. Also you can use Apple HomeKit very easily. Just define the input. How many input you want to use, just enable. And how many HomeKit work with the output, you just enable and rename this by yourself. So, and also you can see the DAC and the ADC, analog input, and the sensor. If you have added the sensor, you can add the sensor to Apple HomeKit. Okay, so this is HomeKit. And also this can integrate to Luxon mini server very easily. Use the UDP command. You can see UDP client or UDP server. So you can update the state to Luxon by UDP command. So this is protocol listed at here, how to integrate to Luxon system. It's also very easy. And this is Tuya, and this is system. And you can set the different time rule and set the different setting and the username and the password, and restart to factory setting and restart the board by this button. So you can see this is T32M. It's very powerful, and most important, the size is very small, and this is a tiny version. So you can install in your power distribution box and save your space. And there will also have many different protocol, and for different software solution you can use for the project. Okay, thanks for watching.